Do you regret learning programming?
I regret. I wasn't learning. I lost interest at some point. It was just another stepping stone for me. Yes. Not say it's a failure. I'll say it's a redirection.
Hi guys. Today I'm here with a personality. This is someone you all might know. For new people, I'm sure you wouldn't know him. But if you've been in the tech ecosystem for some time now, you should know him because he has been basically documenting African stories. You go to events and you kind of meet him. And today we want to know more about him. We want to delve deeper into his life, what he has been up to before he even started this journey. Today I'm here with Kweku Tech.
Hi. Nice to have you here. Or nice to be here.
I mean, this particular conversation we are about to have it has to be very honest because I feel like it's a conversation that has been like has taken you a long time to have, right? And let's just go straight into that. So, before Kweku Tech, what were you doing as an individual?
So before Kweku Tech, I was a software engineer.
Okay.
Programming, writing codes, debugging, pushing, merging. I would say all those things. That was what I was doing.
Okay. Now that the intro is out of the way, I have 10 questions and maybe there will be a bonus.
Okay.
I have 10 questions for you. We want to talk about your life as a software engineer, right? How was that? So for my first question, right? When did your interest in tech really begin, and what made you decide to learn programming in the first place?
Okay, so if you watch our previous video, which was one that the three of us did, how tech came about and all those things, you realize my interest in tech started somewhere around senior high school. That was when my interest in tech started. At that, I couldn't get a real definition of what I wanted to go and do. I just knew I wanted to do computer networking. But after that, when I got to university, that was when I got introduced to programming, writing codes, and all those things. So that was how my interest got into programming, going to meetups, writing codes, following people like you to... Yeah, Charlie, you were the motivation. You and Vicente were the motivation. Around that time in the hostel, because when you are going and I'm in the hostel, it's like I am left behind, so I'm pushed to follow you. That was when we even brought our first website out, Wise Choice. Yeah, that was for senior high school. That was the days.
Okay, so you've gone through university. You have like networking degree, you have computer networking.
Management.
What did you do with that? There's like a follow-up on the same question. What did you do with that particular degree, that particular certificate?
So when I was at university, I was still interested in networking. So today I have my networking toolkit all there. I was following one of my dad's friend who was into the networking field. We network some of the buildings like Embassy Garden. I was part of the people who networked those buildings those days. It was given to a contractor, but along the way, it seems some of the cables didn't go well. So I was in school when my dad's friends called me that, oh, Charlie, there is this job and I'll need your assistant on it since you are doing networking. Just for laying the cable, the configuration and those things, those days, I'm not more into it, but the laying of the cables and things. So I just run. Anytime he calls me, I just run and use that. That was the only part I used my certificate. Apart from that.
Okay, so computer networking to software engineering, how did that happen?
So it seems in our final year in university, right? Or
individually.
Yeah. In my final year in university, the reason why I say us because Charlie, we've been there since. So in my final year in university, that was when, or my second year or so, that was when I heard about Global Code. Global Code. And Vincent was the first person to go to Global Code.
Yeah.
So after Vincent, we also wanted to go, and God being so good, with the help of Joshua to help us fill the form, we got into Global Code. So during Global Code, that was when we started doing these IoT stuffs, and my interest in programming started. Okay, if I can use the code to do this, then I'm very interested in that. So after that, we did a couple of projects and things around that side. So that was when, like I would say, my programming journey really began.
Okay. Okay. We'll come to when it ended. Relax. So you've gone through Global Code.
Yeah.
After Global Code, what next? What did you do after Global Code?
So after Global Code, we were assigned this thing.
Individually.
Okay, I was assigned this a mentor. So they call, after Global Code, few people will be selected for who will be giving mentors and this thing. We were called lamplighters. I don't know the meaning. I think some more house can let us understand. So lamplighters, every lamplighter is assigned to assign a mentor who will be mentoring you. So if you're having any difficulties, you'll be mentoring. Those days I was doing Java. Shout out to Ace. So I was doing Java. So my mentor, I forgot her name. She was a lady. So she was the one taking me through programming. Like when I'm finding any difficulty, I'll go to her. She was helping me and those kind of things. So that was how I started programming small, and with the help of some of my colleagues helping me out and all those things. Yeah.
So now you've gone through Global Code, you've gone through mentorship, you are now a lamplighter. At which point did you actually become a software engineer? Right. Okay. We want to know at which point were you working like as a software engineer, as a full-time software engineer?
Yes, I used to work as a full-time software engineer. It seems I work in the industry about 3 to 4 years. I had 3 to 4 years industry experience. So after Lamplighters, when we were about to graduate, that was when so Global Code, the founder of Global Code, or the co-founder, is the same person who founded the company I worked for, which is Turntable. So after Global Code, at that time, you were called to act if you would like to do your national service with Turntable. So they'll ask you a few questions. If you're able to answer, then you'll be employed. So I had a call with the CEO, Sam Morehouse, and the call went well. So after that, he asked me to come and join Turntable. So during Turntable, you will not join Turntable directly. You have to go through another 3 months or so of TLC. They call it TLC. I don't know the meaning. You can ask Morehouse, he will tell you. So after the TLC, before you join Turntable itself, so the TLC also took 3 months to show you how to program, being a software engineer, what software engineer really means. There is difference between a developer, software developer, and software engineer. So that was when I realized like these differences, right? Software engineer, you need to go beyond just writing the code, understanding how everything works. So that was the time that I'll say that, yeah, I got into the industry.
Okay. So from all this, at which point did you start did you start saying you feel that software engineering? Because from this particular thing that you just said, it was a success for you, right? Yeah. At which point did you see that? Oh, sorry, let me just go to my second question, right? What exactly caused you to feel as software engineering?
So I wouldn't say fail per se, but I would say just loss of interest for it, because I was working all right in a company that I'm not supposed to disclose. I work with Turntable, assign us to companies that we work with. So I was working with that company until our project ended. So when our project ended, and that was during the COVID era too, that layoffs were like massive because the company itself is laying off. So it indirectly affects the company that I was working for. So one day I was there. I wouldn't call it fail, but before then, I was starting to develop the interest for content creation, right? Before.
I think we'll come back. We'll come
Okay.
back to that.
So that was the layoff, that is when everything ended at the software engineering side for me.
So a follow-up question: would you say it wasn't like a lack of skill? It wasn't a skill issue. It wasn't a burnout issue. It wasn't also a company pressure that was, that pushed you to.
I will not say company pressure. If you say lack of skills, in some way, I'll say yes, because I lost interest at some point, because it's like I'm doing the same thing over and over again without having any kind of distance. And starting very late also is one of the causes. I didn't get. I would say I got mentorship, but they weren't there. So whatever I was learning was just what I feel I should learn at that moment. That was what I was learning. There wasn't like community that maybe I'll be introduced to, maybe, oh, this community is here. So if I go to this meetup, I can be able to learn this or this. There was nothing like that. So I was just learning on my own and vibes. So when
Vibes and each other.
Yeah, vibes and each other. And the mentorship was like, they have assigned me a mentor. So I just have to show up and for the person to see that, okay, I am doing something. But I wasn't learning.
Okay.
I was just reading and asking for understanding of what I was reading. So that are some of the things. For company pressure, yeah, every company will give you pressure to up your games and things. Yeah, I was doing my best at that time, but along the way, I lost interest.
Continuing. So it wasn't company pressure. It was more of like a skill, not burnout. Okay.
Yeah. Now, not burnout. If you say not burnout was part, right? Because sometimes, Charlie, I have to stay late and work. Sometimes because of the company we are working with, the time differences is sometimes. So sometimes you have to wake up early. Sometimes you have to stay late and work with them. Because if you need something and you are not getting it at one particular time, you have to stay out and be able to get it. So all those things, skills, burnout, but company pressure is also there. But all those things add up to.
Okay. So how was the procedure for the layout? How was it like? Can you discuss how it happened? And also, like, were you giving some time to, maybe after 1 week, don't come to the company? How was it like?
So the layoff there, when I saw the mail first, I thought it was like something good news. But when I went to the call and they told me, oh, it's because of these factors, like the factors that I mentioned, COVID, laying off and all those things. So they are also trying to lay off to sustain the company otherwise. And I wasn't the only one who was laid off around that time. There were a lot of people laid off among us. But it took effect from that particular time. Okay. But you have 3 months paid back pay. They'll be paying you for 3 months or so, or 4 months.
So you chill.
Oh yeah. I would not say it was bad. It wasn't that bad, like layoff and nothing was part. There was something part. There were a monetary value part. You just have to return all the company assets which are also in your possession back to the company so that you have a good relationship with them. Yeah. And I still have a good relationship with the company. Tentable. Shout out to you. They have really helped me.
Okay, so now you've gone through layoff. Like, emotionally, how did you feel within the first week? I mean, you had 3 months pay, so I'm not sure it will pay you like that. But how did you feel?
You see, to be frank, right? I don't know if it was to be you I told or Vincent. I was planning to exit the company around that time because I thought like I was not giving my best around that time. Around some specific time, I feel like, okay, I'm exhausted. I'm not feeling the vibe again. I want to do a different thing altogether. I want to change. Like, I want to be in the tech industry, but doing a different thing, but not programming again because I was feeling pressured. So I started learning other skills I went for, I did cybersecurity. I did UI UX. So I have all those certifications there, which I did with like professionals who are in the industry who are running classes that I did it with. So around that time, before that, the layoff, I was doing other certifications so that I can be able to go into other fields. It wasn't that, the layoff came. Yes, though it affected me a little because I wasn't planning it at that particular time. I was planning that at the end of the year, I will be exiting the company, but not like around April or so. That was when the laid off came. And that time too, my rent was about to get to be due. So Charlie, man make hot, but Charlie.
So you had 3 months pay. I'm sure even if it is going to hit you, it wouldn't hit you at that instant because there's still 3 months pay.
Yeah.
So after the 3 months, what happened? How did you feel emotionally? Like, did it affect you emotionally, mentally?
Yeah, I would say at some point, right? After the 3 months and after paying my rent, relocating because the rent was due and the landlord to say that he doesn't want us to stay in that place again. So we need to relocate. I need to relocate. So during the relocation, after paying rent, that was when Charlie
it
hit me. I have to stay indoors and be praying to God. So that was when like I started feeling the heat about, okay, Charlie, this thing, it is not like how I thought it would be. No work, no this thing. But at that time, to have started another thing, so I don't want to leave it behind and go and start all over again. People suggested, my family weren't aware. I didn't tell any of my family members that I was laid off. I wasn't asking anyone money. It was the support of my friends, you and Vincent, who have been supporting me small. But apart from that, that was when it really hit me. I have to stay in house and Charlie, be doing my own things.
Okay. So we are at question 5 now.
Okay.
Right. Before the layoff, right, were you already creating content, and at which point did you really start like content creation?
So before the layoff, it seems I started shooting content even in the office. They know that I do this kind of things. Even I shot one of their videos for the recreational center. Also, we had a party there that I shot. That video is also on YouTube. So the company knows that I've been shooting videos. And yeah, I've been shooting that before the laid off. So that was one aspect that didn't allow me go back to the other tech fields that I have wanted to go because I started doing it and I thought...
I mean, we'll come back to that, but you just go on.
Yeah, I started doing it and I thought, it is something nice that even if it is not giving me monetary value at this point, it is helping someone at that particular time. So that was why I didn't go back to the...
So you've gone through layoff. I'm sure you had like colleagues, right? You had colleagues back there when you were working in the industry.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel when you see some of your colleagues that you started with, and I think now they've been doing programming for like these years? How do you feel when you see them? Because it could have been you, right? You could have been in industry for that number of years.
Yeah, I feel proud for them and I feel proud for myself, right? Because what I've been able to achieve within the years that I was laid off, I don't know what they have been able to achieve, but to me, what I have seen that I've been able to achieve, I've been able to achieve something massive.
Okay.
Which if it is not even in monetary value, I've been able to impact as many people that I can. If I didn't succeed in the field, someone has succeeded because of me. So those are some of the things. Yeah, they are doing very well. I feel proud of them. Some of them call to check up. Oh, Charlie, how is it going? Is everything going on all right? Those kind of things. But Charlie, I tell them, yeah, I'm okay. Most of them, when they saw the studio and some of the things I've been able to achieve over the years, they are proud of me that, okay, even though you have left this and you have find a way inside it, you are doing something great for yourself. Even if it's not for only yourself, you are helping the society, educating people and all that. So I am proud of them. I'm proud of them.
So there's another question. Do you regret learning programming? Because for someone who started networking, do you regret learning programming? Because I'm sure if you had continued with networking, you would have had a different path, right? And would you go back? First of all, do you regret learning programming? And would you go back to programming if you were given the chance?
No, I will not say I regret learning programming, right?
Okay.
Because apart from programming, like I said, I've went to learn cyber security. I've done UI UX. I've done technical writing at some point and all those things. So I will not say I regret. It was just another stepping stone for me. It has really helped me as I am now today. If I didn't have learned programming and I am doing what I am doing today, it would have affected me a lot. I would have said I would have wished to go back to learn programming, because sometimes when I go for this event, because of my past experience and things, I know how to direct people, let people learn what can be able to help them. But the second question was, would I go back?
Yeah, if you are given the chance
to go back and learn programming.
Yeah, again? Would you go back into programming? Let's say to the position of software engineering if you are given the chance.
No. I will not go back into the position of software engineering or this. If it's something about managerial position, yes, I can be able to do that. But going back to code and all those things, no. I am not sure I am interested in doing that again. But to manage people, to find their food, and to manage projects and all those things, yes, those kind of things, I can be able to do it because I have worked in the industry and I know when I see something that is not good, I can be able to tell that, okay, this thing is not going to be okay. If you are doing something, not that I have forgotten writing code and all those things. I know some things, but just that I don't feel like going back.
You don't have the love for coding.
Yeah, coding again. But I love programmers. Most of them are my friends, but for me to code again, yeah.
A bad thing.
Lovable or the bachelor.
Okay. So when you look at your journey now from university, coming out as a computer networking student, going to Global Code, joining Lamplighters, going into industry, leaving industry, right? Would you see it as failure, right? That's going into industry and now coming into content creation. Would you see it as a failure or as a redirection? Maybe failure led you to content creation, or is it redirection that because some people like content creation before maybe YouTube can help, right? What would you say?
I will not say it's a failure. I'll say it's a redirection for me, right? In my aspect, I'll say it's a redirection. Because if it is a failure, I will not even have gone any place where programming is even talked about or anything related to programming. I just see it as redirection for another purpose. If not me, for another person. Why did I fail? I have learned my lesson on why I have failed. How can I help someone who is coming up so that the person will not feel like I did? That is what I am doing now. So it's not that I have failed totally, but it's a redirection to let people, the young ones, come in to know that, okay, these are the things I did. That is why I didn't succeed. The communities weren't available for me. Maybe I didn't get to know them early. If I should have got to know them early, I would have been able to succeed. Even if not like there, I would have been able to man up a little. So those kind of things like meetups and all those things. That's why I have come up with this, so that I can be able to educate people, have podcasts with people who have already gone through who are succeed and have gone through those kind of phases, so that they can tell you how they have been able to do it, so that you will not go through the same phase again, trying to find your feet like I did. Yeah, that's what I'll say. But it is not a failure for me.
Yeah, that's cool. So how has this experience? I mean, from the way you spoke from the beginning, right? It kind of shows that you've had like some experience, and it has shaped you in a particular way. How would you say that experience has shaped you as a person and Kweku Tech? Because right now you are Kweku Tech, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Right? How has it shaped you and Kweku Tech?
So I would say it has shaped me in a way where I can easily know if I am going wrong, if something is going wrong at my side or not. If I am failing, I know where to go. I know who to ask at a particular time. I will not wait until I have failed before I will start all over again. So at this point, it has taught, I have gone through, it's a lesson for me where I have redirected into another area as a creating content for people. So at this time at this particular time, when I'm facing any issue, I don't have to wait and be like, oh, maybe I can't find this thing. I don't need to be giving excuses for myself. And I have to do a research to know which particular place to get those kind of information to help me build whatever I am doing. So that's something I can say about it. It is not directly like that, but I would say it has shaped me to be focused, be ahead of time. Before I do something, I have to think about it in the 1, 2, 3 years. How will this decision I'm taking today, how will it impact me in the 2, 3 or 4 years to come? Is it going to help Kweku Tech succeed? Is it going to let us fail? And all those things. I have to think about all those decisions before I even talk or do anything. So if you listen to most of the time, if you see me, you see that when you tell me something, I'll go and come back. I'll agree. Maybe sometimes I'll agree at that particular time, but I'll go and come back and tell you, no, let's do it like this, like this. I've gone back to sit down and think about it. In the next 2, 3 years, this decision we are making today, will it be sustainable? Can it be able to take us long, or is just a short-term decision? If it is a short-term decision and we are to pump in money, how much are we pumping in? Will it affect us today, or it will not affect us? If it will not affect us, the amount we are going to pump inside will not affect us, then we are good to go because it's a short-term. But if it is a short-term and the money we are pumping in is much more than if we should look for another route, then those kind of things that these lessons has taught me. And also on the field, when I am going out to cover events and things, I talk to the young ones. If they are doing anything wrong, I let you know that this and this and this, do this and this and this, you'll be okay. Don't do this. Some of them think, okay, those kind of events are organized for them for free, so they are doing the event a favor. But you are rather they are doing you a favor by organizing that event for you to find like-minded people to talk with. If it was there in the time, I wouldn't have say divert into this aspect. So that's what I can say about it.
Okay. That's that's inspirational. So I don't know if there is a quote for this, but then let me try. For every situation that you have gone through, I'm sure there are other people who have also gone through similar, if not the same, similar situations, right? And it will shock you that even as we are speaking right now, there might be someone going through this exact situation, right? Now I want you to look into your camera, right? I want you to tell someone something, right? Tell a software engineer going through this particular phase that they feel they are failing. Maybe yours was a redirection, but then to that person out there that feels that they are failing at programming right now, tell them something for us.
So if you are into programming, right? First of all, a lot of people think tech is all about programming. Tech is not only about programming, right? If you are in the university, I always say if you are in the university, you should try all aspects of tech. If it is designing, going into designing. If it is cybersecurity, try everything before you even reach level 300, going to 400. with that, you are certain to know that, okay, this is the path that I want to go into. But if you wait till, most people wait till when they get to level 300, they'll get into my DM, Kweku Tech, please, I want a place to do national service. I want a place to do this. I always tell a lot of people who are close to me that when you get into level 100 and you want a company to work with or do anything with, start your internship from that company. I know University of Ghana, Tech and all those things, they start their internship in level 300 or so. So most of them don't get to feel those kind of things. But you yourself, you should take an initiative for yourself. If you're a programmer and you feel you are failing, please look for mentorship. Go for events, community meetup, startups, and all those things. Go and listen to those kind of real stories from startups, startup founders, software engineers, how they're able to make it. You will be surprised. One thing that someone will say can be able to change something that you think that you are doing all right, but you are rather doing it wrongly. In this age of AI, most of you think, okay, I can use AI and those kind of things, so I can be able to learn and listen. And another thing you should know, that there is a difference between programming languages and frameworks, right? Frameworks are built on top of programming language so that it will make your work easier. A lot of you don't start with the fundamental learning of the programming language, but you rather go and learn the framework. If that happens, you are failing. It wouldn't last you long, because the moment the framework is out of the system, you are not also going to make it. You are just going out of the system with that same framework. So that's what I'll tell someone who is a software engineer, or you are a programmer, or you are a dev. Now, most of them say they are software engineers, but they are not.
That's a topic for another thing.
So those are the things that I will urge you to do so that you can succeed, because those are the things I think I have done that has made me, I was learning framework instead of learning programming languages. So the moment I was directed to another place, I find it very difficult to easily adapt to that kind of programming language. And as a software engineer, you can be sent to any programming language because the meaning is you understand the fundamentals, and it can be applied to any other programming language you are being asked to go to. So that's what I'll tell someone watching me.
Yeah, and they should also watch Kweku Tech content online, because we speak to some of these industry people, so they should watch our content as well.
Yeah.
So I have a bonus question.
Okay.
Right. Right now you are doing content, right? Even though you do document events as well. Is content paying you now? And would you say you are comfortable?
No, I will not say I'm comfortable, right? Content creation is not really paying. It's the documentary side of content that is paying us. And those kind of things, companies outsource us, communities outsource us to come and cover, document their events for them. Those aspects is paying us. But when it comes to YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all those things don't really pay us. We just use those aspects to let companies know that, okay, this is what we do and this is why we exist, so that they can also get to us. For comfortable, no. Even Bill Gates and and Mark Zuckerberg and all those people, Elon Musk, who are the richest people, are still working. So I would say no, I'm not comfortable at where I am, but I'm content with where I've gotten to in life. Yeah, that's what I can say about that. Yeah.
Thank you for this wonderful session.
Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to like.
And if you have any follow-up questions, please, you can ask me at the comment section, and we'll be glad to have another session.
All right, bye.